I think the chicest thing about a person is their special interests, and today I want to talk about Vivi's. I hope I'm saying your name right. She gave me a list of what her special interests are, so I'm going to pair them with an aesthetic that I would post like on Instagram or TikTok if I had those special interests. Her first special interest is listed as vintage matchbooks or matchboxes, and if I were Vivi, I would make art out of the favorite vintage matchboxes that I've collected over the years, and then I would also create custom matchbooks to kind of hand out to people as I meet them. If you own business, you could put your little business information on it, or your personal, it could be like your own little, back in the old days you used to do these little dance cards. I think that would be super cute and a fun idea. So having a bowl on the coffee table full of like the ones that you've thrifted just on display and just incorporating it into your regular everyday life would be so cool. Tying in with the matchbooks, with matcha, I would, instead of having a lighter and celebrating a birthday or special occasion, I would actually use one of those vintage matchbooks and just use a match to light the candle and have the matchbox lying on the table somewhere along with the picture. I think that'd be really fun to tie in two interests into one aesthetic picture. Also, I love to see when people find the perfect mug, or they obsess about their mugs or the different things they use to create their matcha. I just think that's so cool. Rather than just posting a little boring picture like this, I just love knowing more of the reason why people gravitate towards certain things. And also fun moments like of creating the matcha falling, like the powder, like just random little aesthetic moments that you don't normally think of when you see like a picture like this, more behind the scenes. I'm not too familiar with this sport. I don't even know if I'm saying Muay Thai correctly, but it seems to be like a boxing sort of sport. If I had that as a special interest, this is kind of how I would share it. I first love that top shot up there. I think it's so different and it just shows more of like action and like strength as a person. It's just very cool, very outside of the box. And then the whole boxing gloves and the mirror selfie could be done like on a daily, like when you go out to work or work out, and then having action photos. And then I love this, it's a Polaroid, so it actually ties into the next one, which is like having Polaroids as a special interest, but you could tie that in that as well. And then we're gonna talk about the clothes. I just think that having sportswear and tying that into your everyday wear is really interesting and cool to me. A real life person that does this really well, I think, is Zoe Kravitz. I love how she just has this like blend of athleticism and femininity in her clothes. Well, not all of them, but a lot that I see, this is what immediately comes to mind is like her style. So I feel like the way she dresses is something that I would kind of align with if I had that as my aesthetic or a special interest. And here's another one that I kind of think ties in with the sportswear with the graceful feminine silhouette that, to me, if like when I think of hoodoo, I kind of think of more of a natural way of religion. I don't know, I honestly don't know too much about it, but it kind of reminds me of like divine goddess energy, and I feel like this kind of ties hand in hand with the athletic wear and then that goddess energy. I think Polaroids are really fun because you can document your style in such unique ways. You could be the designated outfit taker photo person in your friend group, just create little fun memories like this of your outfit, or you can document like nights out in your outfits by doing fun things like this. And I'm a sucker for good coffee table decoration that people can kind of dig through on their own when they're like feeling a little bit bored at your house. But like having little bowls like this, I think it's just so fun and you can make it so personal. And lastly, with hoodoo, I'm not familiar with this at all. Like I said, I tried to look up a little bit, but I would just post things about the book that I really enjoy, things like being in nature, whatever like main thing you love about this practice, I would share. And then like the rocks, like whatever little aesthetic moment you can give you a peek behind the scenes is just really fun. And then aesthetic images like sage or shopping for whatever you need, I think would be super cute. But I really love coming up with these hypotheticals. If I were in someone else's shoes, this is what I would post as my aesthetic, but that's kind of what I would share. And like, this is so fun.